we will embark on a journey to rethink the very foundations of our economic system. We'll explore a compelling alternative to the models of the past, a vision designed not just for growth, but for the thriving of humanity and our planetary home. This is an exploration of a concept known as Doughnut Economics. Let's begin. Introduction. The cracks in the foundation. Our world is defined by a paradox. On one hand, we have seen incredible human progress. Life expectancy has climbed, and technology connects us in ways once unimaginable. On the other hand, we face a convergence of crises, yawning inequality where the wealth of a tiny few eclipses that of billions, and an ecological emergency that threatens the stability of our only home. For decades, we have been guided by economic principles from a bygone era, using outdated maps to navigate a new landscape. The language of the 20th century economics, focused narrowly on gross domestic product, or GDP, has blinded us to the true costs of progress, the degradation of our environment, and the fracturing of our societies. It has become clear that we need a new economic story, one that is fit for the unique challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. This isn't just about tweaking the system, it's about transforming its very purpose. Chapter 1. The Doughnut, a Compass for Humanity. So what is the new goal? Economist Kate Raworth proposes a powerful and visual answer: the doughnut. Imagine a ring, a sweet spot for humanity to thrive within. The inner ring of this doughnut represents a social foundation. This is the base of human well-being, comprising 12 essentials like food, clean water, healthcare, education, political voice, and social equity. To fall inside this hole in the doughnut is to be deprived of life's fundamentals. The outer ring represents an ecological ceiling. This is composed of the planetary boundaries we must not overshoot, such as climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. To live beyond this outer ring is to critically degrade the Earth's life support systems. The space between these two rings, the doughnut itself, is the safe and just space for humanity. Our goal is no longer endless growth on a finite planet. It is to ensure that every person has the resources to lead a dignified life while ensuring we do not collectively overburden our planet. Chapter 2. The Embedded Economy. We are all connected. The old economics taught us to see the economy as a closed, self-contained machine, with money flowing in a simple loop between households and businesses. This view is not only simplistic, it's dangerously inaccurate. A more truthful model sees the economy as an embedded system, much like a garden that is deeply connected to its environment. This economy is nurtured by and dependent upon several vital sources. It is rooted in a healthy planet that provides all materials and energy. It is empowered by society and community, which build trust and cooperation. It is supported by the often unseen work of households and caregivers. It is regulated by an accountable state, and it is fueled by shared knowledge and resources known as the commons. In this view, the market is just one participant among many. Our well-being doesn't come from the market alone, but from this entire interconnected web of life and society. Chapter 3. A New Portrait of Human Nature. Traditional economics is built on a specific image of humanity, that we are rational, self-interested, calculating individuals constantly competing for more. But what if this portrait is wrong? A more accurate and hopeful picture reveals us as social, adaptable, and interdependent beings. We are not solitary calculators. We are profoundly influenced by our connections to others and our environment. We are guided by fluid values. We reciprocate kindness and punish selfishness, and we possess over 150 cognitive biases that show we are creatures of feeling as much as logic.
Furthermore, we must see ourselves not as masters of nature, but as a single thread in the web of life. By embracing this more complex and realistic view of ourselves, we can design economic systems that bring out our best qualities, our cooperation, our ingenuity, and our care for one another and the world we share. Chapter 4. From Machine to Garden, Cultivating a Living Economy. If our view of humanity is flawed, so is our metaphor for the economy itself. We have long treated it as a predictable machine that can be controlled and tightly fine-tuned with the right levers. But a machine does not grow, learn, or adapt. A machine cannot heal itself. A far better metaphor is to see the economy as a living organism, or a garden. A gardener does not command a plant to grow. Instead, they create the right conditions: good soil, water, sunlight, for it to thrive. Similarly, our goal should not be to mechanically control the economy, but to cultivate its inherent resilience. This means moving from a system that is divisive and degenerative by default to one that is distributive and regenerative by design. We must design economies that proactively share value broadly rather than letting wealth concentrate, and that work in harmony with the planet's cycles, renewing and restoring rather than just extracting and polluting.
Chapter 5. Designing a World That Works for All. How do we put these principles into practice? We must tackle the twin challenges of inequality and ecological decay with deliberate design. To address inequality, we must look beyond national borders and see ourselves as a global community. While migration and remittances have helped distribute wealth, we now have powerful new tools like mobile banking and digital platforms that can channel resources directly to those in extreme poverty, asking why on earth shouldn't we provide a basic income for all? To heal our planet, we must abandon the take, make, waste model of the industrial age. This linear system is fundamentally at odds with nature, where there is no waste. Everything is food for something else. The goal is a circular economy where we minimize loss by reusing, refurbishing, and recycling everything. Corporate responsibility must evolve from doing the bare minimum to becoming genuinely generous and regenerative, actively working to restore what has been damaged.
Conclusion. Your invitation to the garden. The vision of Doughnut Economics is not a distant utopia. It is a practical and hopeful compass for the future, inviting us to become gardeners of a new economy. This means letting go of our addiction to GDP and embracing a richer definition of wealth, one that includes the health of our communities and our planet. The transition begins with a shift in perspective, from seeing the economy as a machine we operate to an organism we nurture. It requires us to value the contributions of all: the household, the state, the market, and the commons. And so we leave you with an invitation. Wherever you are in the world, whatever your role may be, ask yourself, what choices can I begin to make as a consumer, a worker, a leader, or a community member that will promote a more equitable distribution of wealth and help heal our planet? The journey into the Doughnut's safe and just space starts with a single conscious step. That concludes the book summary for this episode. Hopefully the discussion opened up new insights for you. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.